Hello, and today we're back with another video. I want to talk about an action that I was never very good at. I did it sometimes, but as a child I tried to avoid it. I didn't really like it. I had family members who liked it a lot. I knew other children who liked it a lot. And that action is to climb something. And we're going to look at some different things that you can climb. Let's start now. So first thing, you can climb. If you're out in nature, you can climb a mountain. This whole thing is a mountain. And you see the little mountain climber. Usually you use some sort of tools, like, a carpenter uses tools, a hammer, a screwdriver. You use some tools or some equipment to climb a mountain. Maybe some rope, so you can fasten yourself to the mountain and not fall off. You can use special shoes on your feet to help you get more traction, we say, or to not fall off. I think they use chalk on their hands. It's a powder, a substance you put on your hands so it's not slippery, but you can grab things. You can use chalk, and I'm sure there's tons of other equipment you can use, but this is just some. So you can climb a mountain using tools. And you climb and you can reach the top or the summit of the mountain. It's the highest point, the summit, or the peak. Again, the highest point, the summit of the mountain, the peak of the mountain. Probably the summit is a little bit bigger, and it's the top, and the peak is the top, the tippy top, the most top of the mountain. Next, you can climb a climbing wall. I know some people who really like to do this for fun, for recreation. There's a wall, usually in a gym or some other big room, and the wall has little pieces, little handles that stick out of the wall. These things, where you can put your feet or hold on with your hands, and they have different courses you can do. Like, different parts of the wall have different difficulty levels. And you can climb just to the top. You can climb sideways. You can climb up and down. And they recommend different, courses depending on what you want, how difficult you want it to be. And people do it for exercise. I think it really develops body strength, strength in your arms and your legs, and grip strength, the strength of your fingers to hold you, grip strength. I think it's good exercise. And here in the gym, it's not so dangerous if you fall off. And a little alert there from my app for scheduling. But anyway, and let's look at, again, I guess, I don't know if you need tools here or equipment. I do think you use chalk on your hands again, but it's probably not nearly as necessary. And maybe like special sneakers or climbing shoes or something. So let's look at the next thing you can climb. The fear of my childhood, the tree. So I knew kids that climbed trees. I never climbed trees. My legs were strong. but my upper body, not as strong as my legs. And I just always thought about hanging or pulling myself up. I didn't like it. And I also was afraid of heights, of being high up. So I never really climbed trees. I guess I always thought I would fall out of them. But you see, this person is happily climbing a tree. They're holding on to a branch and some small part of the tree. They're going up towards the top. You can see some sort of leafy foliage here, the top of the tree. And I know children, I think it's kind of a cliche that children love to climb trees and sit there and think about things or look at things or hide from their parents or other people or something. But unfortunately, it was not a space that I found myself in too much. Probably it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have that habit. Or rather, it would have been nice if I had had that habit. Because, I think it's just a cool thing to feel that sense of nature and adventure and, to see something and kind of want to climb it. Although maybe a lot of children broke their arm or something like that because of it. So next thing you can climb is stairs or a staircase. I think we have to do this regularly in our lives, almost every day, unless you have elevators. You walk up the stairs or you climb the stairs. Climb feels a little bit more effortful, like bigger stairs, more stairs, more formal word. Go up is just regular. And these are stairs or a staircase. This whole thing is a staircase or steps. You can use any of these. Again, probably a pretty good exercise. I remember being in Istanbul in Turkey, and there's these outside staircases. And the first time I got there, I saw a staircase, and I thought, oh, let's go up. Let's go uphill. Let's see where this leads to and what I can see from the top. And like 25 minutes later, I was still climbing the same staircase that just like wound from place to place all the way up the part of the city. And you couldn't see. Like the staircase would turn, so you couldn't see that it was still a staircase. And I remember I couldn't walk the day after. I was so sore from that intense climbing. So staircases are good exercise too. So here's a bit more of a routine climb staircase. Now let's look at the next one. Now a tool, this itself is a tool, is a piece of equipment. It's a ladder. So you climb a ladder. What do you need to climb a ladder for normally? Well, here it seems like the person is picking some fruit. I would guess an apple, although they look a little bit like peaches. I don't know how peaches grow on a tree, maybe. I don't know. So they're climbing the ladder to pick some fruit from the tree. Hopefully the fruit is ripe. A ripe fruit is when it's ready to be eaten. A ripe banana is a yellow banana, while an unripe banana is a green banana. So the person climbs the ladder. Each part of the ladder is a rung on the ladder. You hear this metaphorically a lot, like climbing the rungs of the corporate ladder means, you're getting promotions, getting higher up in your job, making more money. And you put your foot on the rung, your hand on an upper rung, and that's how you climb. And also the ladder, as you see, has to be leaned against the thing you want to get to the top of. So this ladder is leaned against the tree, and the person climbs up the ladder. Ladders probably freak me out a little bit. Never really climbed up too many in my past, a few times, but I think a high ladder would make me nervous. Yeah, it would make me pretty nervous. Again, remember, I am scared of heights. Let's look at the next thing. So this is related to mountain climbing, but this looks like, to me, based on the objects symbolizing snow and ice, this looks to be some sort of glacier. The light blue color indicates that as well. So a cousin of mountain climbing is climbing glaciers. And I guess probably it has a related but separate set of tools. Probably, again, special shoes that can be driven into the ice with your feet to hold you there so you don't fall off the glacier. Probably ropes, even though this brave and intrepid soul doesn't seem to be using any ropes here. And probably some sort of pickaxe. Pickaxe, a sharp tool that you can drive into ice or something frozen that will allow you to hold yourself steady. I think also when you do ice sculptures, you take a block of ice and you carve it, or do you carve ice? I guess you carve ice, yeah. And you make ice sculptures. You use a pickaxe as well sometimes, or maybe that's better called a chisel. But still, pickaxe allows you to put a hole into ice or rock. So maybe a mountain climber of some sort might use it as well. Next picture, you can climb a wall. You can use this brave person seems to be using windows, specifically the window sill or the place or the ledge, window ledge. The window sill might be inside the room. I'm not sure if it still applies to the outside, but it could be a window sill. It could be a window ledge. That's the bottom part, which sticks out a little bit. And the top of the window, which I guess is part of the frame. This whole thing is a window frame. And they seem to be standing on some sort of structure, maybe scaffolding, the thing which you put up when you want to do construction work, usually made of metal. You can stand on or climb, but it could be like a market stall, the roof of some market thing in 1001 Arabian Nights or something like that. But this looks to be some sort of wall or the outside of a tower. This looks like stones assembled. And so you can climb some sort of building or structure like this. Again, I have never, probably will never. I just feel like it's certain death if I do it. This seems to be another thing actually popular in American gym class. Rope. Rope, the thing you can tie stuff with. You can tie, what do we normally tie with rope? Some bundle of many things. Tie it with rope. If you're a cowboy, you can use it. It's a lasso, and you can get your cow. It's made of rope, that lasso. You can tie a person, a damsel in distress, a princess, if you're kidnapping them and you are a villain from an old style movie. But most of all, you climb rope in gym class. There is an activity called the rope climb, where to exercise your upper body or your whole body, I guess, and also show how physically fit you are, what shape you're in, you climb a rope. Try to get to the top and then climb back down. Again, I never knew how to do this. I was terrible. I would be terrible now if I tried. But yeah, it's an exercise people do. You have to be careful, because if you slide down the rope too fast, it burns your hands. You get rope burn, literally rope burn, which comes from the friction, the rubbing together of the rope and your hand. But you can climb a rope. Or I guess if you're in nature and you're a monkey, you can climb a vine, which is nature's rope, from a tree. Here, you can climb a pole. This looks like a pole. Normally, hopefully, you want to go down, slide down the pole, but you can also climb up, I think very difficultly. It's not really a word, difficultly. Let's say with great difficulty. But yeah, and this person seems to be hugging the pole with both their arms and their legs and moving up. Maybe they're shimmying. It's kind of like slow movement from side to side to get up or down something. So you can climb a pole with difficulty. And our last picture of this one, of today, is you can climb. Actually, you can climb two things here, because this looks like a bit of a fairy tale. And which one? I think the name is Rapunzel, a princess in the tower who has long, 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 long hair. And so here you have two things. If you are invited into the tower, if you enter through the door, I think you can probably just use the steps, the staircase. Like any normal person, you can climb the tower by climbing the steps. However, if you are not invited by the owner of the tower, then I guess in this case you have to climb the hair, which I always imagined would be very painful for the possessor of the hair, the owner of the hair, which in this case is Rapunzel. Probably it's similar to climbing rope. Maybe a bit more difficult, harder to hold on. But certainly you can climb hair, you can climb anything that resembles rope. Probably, if you think about it, it would be better for her to cut her hair off and then tie it to something, because that would be a lot less painful, because climbing wouldn't pull on her head, wouldn't pull the hairs on her head. But I think she would have to be prepared for a new hairstyle and the reactions of her friends and family to her new look. And I guess it's kind of hard to hide that something has been done from your father, your father who wants to prevent you from meeting the love of your life. If you show up one day and your hair has gone from 10 meters long to 50 centimeters or however distant, this long. I'm not good with those units, but still, you can climb someone's hair. And this also seems like the fairy tale because this wall makes it feel kind of old-fashioned. Some sort of wall to prevent feudal knights or attackers from getting in. It looks like ramparts. I think that's the name for these special kinds of walls. The ramparts. And so, yeah, you can climb all of these things. I don't know if you would want to, but you can try. And if you do successfully without falling off, you are probably a stronger individual than I am in some ways. So that's good for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Anything you can do that you want to like, to share, subscribe, you know the drill. would be greatly appreciated. Join the Patreon. Donate if you want. I would really, really appreciate it. So have a great day, and hope to see you again soon.